With the arrival of a completely free new ship and a community goal that sees the welcome return of some much loved gameplay that has been missing from the game, there is a lot happening in Elite Dangerous right now. With that in mind then, here's an update on exactly what is going on, where it's happening and how you can get involved right now so that you don't miss out. First off then, let's talk about the new community goal that arrived yesterday. It's in the Lu Mans system, which is about 132 light years from Sol. Having suffered an attack by mercenaries, the 4 largest stations in the system are currently offline, on fire and under emergency evacuation. It's a disastrous situation for sure, but the great thing about this disaster is we get to participate directly in that evacuation, dodging and weaving through the burning devastation around us as we go. The burning station scenario isn't new to the game, it is something that has happened a good few times over the years, usually as a direct result of Thargoid attack or from the actions of terrorist organisations, but it has been missing from the game for a long time, and so there's every chance that players who are new to the game or have been on long duration exploration might not have sampled it before. To participate, you'll need a ship outfitted with as many economy or business class passenger cabins as possible, more on that in a moment, and I'd also recommend running a ship with heat sinks as the station interior gets extremely hot and will overheat your ship. Next, head to the Lu Mans system and navigate to any one of its large starports. The smaller orbital outposts are unaffected by this scenario. When you approach the station, you'll immediately see that things are not going well, and you'll find there is a fair bit of debris outside the station to avoid as you approach. Ask for docking permission and head inside. Note that your ship will immediately begin to overheat. This is where your heat sinks come in handy. Don't be afraid to use them. Unlike previous scenarios of this type, if you use auto docking it will kick in and try and land you, but it's really not recommended, as not only is it unaware of the debris waiting for you, but you won't be able to launch heat sinks while it's active, and you'll likely therefore end up cooked as well as crashing into things, doubly dead. Manoeuvre to your designated pad, avoiding the drifting debris, fires and explosions as you go, and when you touch down and lock to the pad, your ship will immediately be taken down into the safety of the docking bay, where it will cool down once the doors close. For your first run, be sure to sign up to the community goal before you accept any passenger missions, and then head to the passenger transit area of the mission board and take your pick of what's available to you. The more missions you complete, the higher your reputation with the local factions will rise, and as your rep rises, so will the amount of money and materials that you'll be rewarded for completing missions. There are a lot of credits and materials to be made here as well, so they're well worth doing for that reason alone. Economy class cabins will let you pack more souls into your ship. Business class passengers will pay better, but clearly don't want to mix with the cheap seats, and so you'll move less souls overall. So it really depends on what wiggles your toes in particular. You'd think they'd be grateful to not be on fire anymore, but apparently these folks want an in-flight movie and cabin staff service with their mochaccino latte and extra legroom. Once you're full up with passengers, launch and navigate out of the station environment as quickly as possible and head to the destination the mission demands. Given the station's location, you'll also accumulate federal reputation as well as credits and materials, and so this is an excellent opportunity to max out your federal rank if you haven't already, unlocking things like the permit to access Sol and the federal Corvette whilst you're showering in mats and sleeping on a mattress made of singed money. Beautifully timed in with this latest community goal, and by no means coincidentally, it likely won't have escaped your notice that a new ship launched into the game yesterday in the shape of the Zorgon Peterson Lynx Highliner medium class passenger vessel. That is perfectly suited for just this kind of mission, and in case you missed our full review of the ship earlier this week, then you'll find it linked on screen now. As well as being perfectly suited for the mission, the base version of the Lynx Highliner is being released by Frontier onto the ARC store completely for free right from launch with no early access period. You can buy it like any other ship from the store in its base configuration for 0 ARCs and then deploy it immediately into the station or starport of your choosing. One of the advantages for the player from this approach is that the ship, again in its base configuration, has no rebuy cost, and even if you upgrade it with modules bought for credits once it's deployed, any rebuy will still be extremely low, as it'll just take into account the cost of whatever you've changed. To fly your ship once you've acquired it via the store, just head to a starport with a shipyard, open the shipyard menu and select the Lynx Highliner from the available ships on the right. Once you select the deploy option, the ship will immediately appear in the station shipyard and you can switch to it and use it. In its base configuration, straight out of the cling film wrapper, the ship is mostly E-rated and won't be fitted with optimal passenger loadouts, so you'll likely want to get to outfitting it before using it for running any passengers. The Highliner is capable of running with new Mark II passenger cabins that have a higher internal capacity than regular cabins, and it can fit those Mark II cabins in every single optional slot, giving it the largest potential passenger carrying capacity of any ship in the game at 225 seats if you run all economy class and unshielded. With a class 3 shield, I've been running with a very respectable 219 souls on board, but as I mentioned, your mileage will vary depending on whether you're running a business class cabin full of serious core salespeople on a suddenly interrupted team building and bonding weekend. The current CG is a 2-parter with a bounty voucher combat centric half available as well if the rescues really aren't your thing, and both are scheduled to run for 2 weeks in total. For just one contribution on either of the CGs, you'll receive a Lynx Highliner Strato Slate paint job and a Zorgon Peterson decal, as well as the usual credits and materials etc. from the missions themselves. As we've mentioned in the review, without engineering the ship is extremely capable. With engineering it is, for me personally, far and away the best passenger vessel in the game, and unsurprisingly the perfect scalpel for the burning station patients that are currently available to it. We've linked in the description below to the Elite Dangerous store where you can pick up and unlock your free Lynx Highliner, as well as links to Inara, so that you can track and navigate to the current community goal to join in with the rescues yourself. Will you be grabbing yourself a free Lynx Highliner? Are you running passenger evacuation missions for the CG, and is the burning station scenario completely new to you? Let us know in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this video, remember to subscribe to the channel so that you see all our videos and community posts, and if you'd like to support our work here at the Buur Pit, you can also join us on Patreon. Links to that and everything else we've talked about in this video you'll find linked below. That's it for now. Thanks very much for watching. We very much look forward to seeing you next time.